Good morning. And so I got some glass metal frames that go over your glasses that have the Rubik's Cube pattern on it. I thought I was going to be able to wear Rubik's Cube glasses. But the magnets weren't strong enough to hold it onto the glasses. They kept falling off. So I was very disappointed. Now I have a refrigerator magnet that has Rubik's Cube shaped glass frames. So, all right. We were talking about parities. I'm just gonna ramble till you guys hop in with the chat. Okay, so we were talking about parities and why you can't get a parity on the 3x3. But here's what a parity on the 3x3 would look like. I'm going to allow the center to be a quarter turn off. I'm going to ignore the center as I place the corners and edge pieces. Itchy nose. Alright, so with the center a quarter turn off, you get, when you're working on the corners or the edges, you get to where there's two pieces that need to switch. This piece needs to go here, this piece needs to go here. And on the 3x3, you can tell that the center is a quarter turned off. But if I make a quarter turn off on the void cube, you can't see it. So let me just work my cube this way, pretending I don't know that the center is a quarter turn off. Formula B is all I ever do. Formula A brings a piece to the top. Formula B moves 3 pieces around. And go up, up, down, down. And here we have, this piece wants to be here, this piece wants to be here. Just like this piece wants to be here, this piece wants to be here. That's what happens when you get a parity. This is what the corner parity looks like. You can get the edge parity looks like. You can get it. So if I place this piece here, parity can show up in different ways. So now this one. So if I bring that forward again, I can continue working with Formula B, but I'm going to get 2 pieces that want, so whatever, the parity can look like lots of different things. Okay. But they're all caused by the center being a quarter turn off. Where's my 3x3? Where's my 3x3? Oh, just working on it. All right, so I can see which direction the center wants to be, but it doesn't matter which direction I move, as long as if I make another quarter turn, then I'll be an even number off, which will be solvable. So let me do that. I'm just ignoring the center, working with the corners are already set, working with the edges now. Okay. Forgot what I was doing. All right. They weren't on the same layer where I could see them. Sorry about that. Okay, so yellow's done. There we go. And so the edges resolve their parity because you can see because it's the center is not correct, but it is in a solvable position because it's an even number of turns off. So formula A, we'll bring it back to set middle row, one column, out, down, in, up. So parity can show up on corners too, but we don't usually, depending on what order of operations you're solving the cube. Oh, I'm so tired. I wanted to sleep in today. Just do. Good morning. All right, so again, we've got two. If you have two pieces and only two pieces that need to switch, that is a lie. It's called a parity, but the fact is that the third piece that you don't see is the piece that's out of place, and so the third piece that you can't see is the center, is the row that touches the parity. So if you make that quarter turn and then solve the edges while you're in that position, the parity disappears and you're in a solvable state. Okay, corners match the front. It's going in the blue direction. Up, up, down, down. I like playing with parities. Okay, another way to do that is, let's see, I'm going to create a corner parity here. But you can't have just, if you have, you can't have just one parity. You'll have two parities if the center is correct. What am I doing? Trying to bring my red back to the top. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. All right. Here we have, I'm demonstrating here. If you line up the corner, if these two corners are correct, then these two corners, this one wants to be here, this one wants to be here. So that looks like a corner parity. But if you line up the edges instead, if the edges are lined up correctly, then you can still see, that two corners are correct. And okay, so here, this is called the top. If I go like this, if I line up my corners, now my top is a quarter turn off. So this parity exists. If I try to set my edges correctly to that, then I'll show you. It'll give me an edge parity as well. Yellow, blue. I'm trying to set my edges to that corner parity. Okay. Now, I'm going to displace those. What am I doing? Nothing, I'm just playing. Okay, now the layer by layer, these two layers are done. All right, so if I okay, if these two corners are correct, these two need to switch. That's a corner parity. Let me put these ones, fix these ones. Okay. All right. So here's an example. If these corners are correct, these corners have a parity, and if these edges are correct, these edges have a parity. So here's a way you can have two parities, but they cancel each other out. The problem is that the layer is a quarter turn off. So instead of having these two the way they are, if I do a quarter turn, if I do a quarter turn, then one of these two places will be in the correct place, and the other three will be in correct place. And so I'll do formula B to swap those around. And the parity of the corner parity is gone, and now the edges just need to be solved. So, because the cube is mathematically honest, so there will always be three pieces to move around. If there's one piece to move, there's three pieces to move, never just two. And so if you just take that, the third piece that you can't see is the third piece that you can't see. Move that piece, move that slice, and everything else will fit. So now the corners are correct, and the edges are not a parity, they just need to be set. So, up, down, down, up, up, down, down. Okay. So what are you guys doing today? Do you have any weekend plans? All right. Formula A and B works on the Minks too. The Minks does not get parities because the mathematics of it is different. The parity comes from having a slice be a quarter turn off, an odd number of turns off, and for on a even number on a cube that can happen, but on a void on the Minks, if I go 1/4 turn off this way, you'd think that's odd, but that is actually 4/4 turns this way. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that was even as well. So you cannot have empirically odd or even because it's a 5. You can't be. If you're 1/4 turn off, you're actually also 4/4 turns off. So you're always an even number of turns off, and you can fix it. So you can't get parities on the Minkses. The difference, the thing about the Minks, there's an order of operation though to the Minkses, in that if you're still using formula B, formula A to bring a piece to the top or move it around. For example, here's a white, red, and green. I'm going to move it above the white, red, and green. Okay, so I can use formula A to bring this to the top still. Out, down, in, up. Okay, and to twist, wait a minute, red and green. Sorry, there we go. And to twist it around so it's in the right place. So A and B will set your pieces correctly on the Minkses. But when your formula B, when one of the two columns is the center column, then it morphs. It affects more than just the three pieces you're moving, and so you have to. Excuse me, I dropped something. And so when you're working with the Minks, let me get another Minks here. Oh, I don't have one. So all right. So when you're working with the Minks, if you do the the parts of the star first, they do affect the other pieces as well. So if you set it on the corners first and then try doing the stars, you're gonna have to redo the pieces. So you do the star pieces first because they have collateral damage, and the edge pieces, the corner pieces, the non-star pieces work with formula A and B. B moves 3 pieces and just 3 pieces around. So that's easy. All right, guys. Throw me a topic of conversation, or I'm gonna go feed my face. Okay, I'm gonna go then. You guys go have a happy day and be nice to yourself, and I'll be back here tomorrow. Bye, you guys.